Libra, what's up, y'all? How you doing? What is good with you? It is time for your weekly check-in. So we're gonna see what August week for my Libra family. So remember, weekly check-ins are just a short, sweet, quick, general, energetic overview. If any of you are in need of a personal reading, you can always go straight to my website, tarotwithrich.com. But I have a link for my website right down here in the description of this video. All right, let's just jump into this. Let's see how the energy is looking for Libra. August week 4, 2025. Let's see, and the person you're dealing with. Libra, August week 4. Let's see. Ooh, 7 of Swords reversed. Hang on. Might be an apology coming in. Hang on a second. 3 of Cups. Ooh, karmic wheel in the upright. Okay. 3 of Swords reversed. Honestly, it kind of feels like this is the hard part. Whenever this comes through like this, I don't know how to say it. Because what's yelling at me straight off the rip here is a closure conversation. Like there's going to be a conversation that results in closure. But the question is that the plan? Whoever initiates this conversation, is the plan to get closure? I don't really think so. I don't really think so with this 5 of Swords. See, anytime you have the 7 of Swords reversed, but then the 5 of Swords comes in with it, that feels like one of those forced fake apologies, you know? Where somebody's basically just trying to manipulate you to get what they want. But, I mean, it feels to me like, I don't know how long it's been since you've talked to this person, but something about this conversation is going to piss you off. And that might be the straw that breaks the camel's back. And I don't know if you're going to necessarily find that closure right away, as much as I think you're just going to get pissed off and abandon this situation, you know? Once the dust settles, you might find closure a little bit later on down the line, you know? But, yeah, this feels to me like this person initiating communication with you, playing mind games with you, and something pisses you off. Something irritates you. Something annoys you about, I don't know, something they're saying or what. I don't know, but I kind of feel like you're going to be abandoning this situation. Because whatever it is they're saying or whatever it is they're doing is irritating the shit out of you. Okay. Some of you dealing with a Leo, possibly. I also have Aquarius here. All right. Well, let's see their true feelings, energies, and intentions. I guess YouTube's not notifying nobody today, huh? Well, whatever. The show must go on. All right. How's this person really feel about you? What are their truest, deepest feelings, energies, and intentions? Ah, 5 of Cups reversed. So this whole situation, I think, bothers them more than they want to let you know. Magician reversed again. This came out in the last spread. I just didn't mention it. So generally speaking, the Magician reversed is a manipulator. But, you know, I got to say it. If you dealt with somebody that you know dabbles in metaphysics and esoterics, I guarantee you they've tried to throw some black magic at you or tried to use some kind of energy or spell work to infringe on your free will or potentially even cause harm to you, you know? But just in a general sense, this is somebody who's trying to manipulate a situation. Kind of feels to me like they were hoping that you would come running and chasing after them. Almost kind of feels to me like they were convinced that you would come running and chasing after them. But you didn't do that. So now they're freaking out. They're freaking out that you might actually be moving on from this, you know? So they just don't want you to move on. Because, I mean, good God, if you move on from me, well, that'll make me feel like I'm 2 inches tall. Just as long as you're still hanging on to this, as long as you can't let me go, that lets me know that my existence is meaningful, you know? Even if you hate me, I don't care if you hate me. Even if you're upset with me. Actually, the more upset you are, the better, right? Because that means the more emotional control that I have over you. But if you're able to just move on from me, I can't even piss you off. I can't even make you mad. That means that I'm fucking invisible, you know? I always struggle to get through that when I see that energy come through because that's so pathetic, but you say that out there a whole lot. Thank you, Marietta, for the super chat. Appreciate you. Thank you. Could be a Capricorn for some of you. Also have Leo again, Aquarius. All right. But see, they don't want to like be with you. That's the thing. I don't want to be with you. I just don't want you to move on. Because if you move on, then that makes me feel like I'm 2 inches tall. Does this make any sense? I wish I could explain it. I can't really explain it. Sounds so stupid because it is fucking stupid, but let's get some advice here. Let's get some advice here. Three of Pentacles, 3 shuffles, 1, 2, and 3. 2 of Cups reversed. So this is saying that you and this person coming together would not serve your highest good, okay? But I wondered if this would come out like that. Do the best you can to avoid drama as much as possible. Especially, look, y'all, especially if you're dealing with somebody and y'all have done this before. If me and you have a history and we always argued about the same shit, you know what to say to piss me off. I know what to say to piss you off. You know that you saying this thing is going to do nothing but lead to a fight. I know that me saying this thing is going to do nothing but lead to a fight. And you start saying that thing. You start pulling the conversation in that direction. I'm not playing that game with you. I'm not playing that game with you. How many times have we done this? How many times do we have to keep doing this? I'm gonna ghost your ass. Poof. Poof. You know what you're doing. You know exactly what the fuck you doing. You trying to get a negative reaction out of me. You trying to piss me off. Right? Just to make sure you still have that emotional control over me. Look, y'all. There are people out there who, and it's not just romantic lovers. Oh no. Oh no. Family. Just haters in general. Jealous people. People who are jealous of you. Oh God. Somebody's jealous of you. Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. All they want is an emotional reaction out of you. They don't care if you hate them. They don't care if you're mad at them. They don't care if they get a negative reaction out of you. They don't care. All they want to know is that they have emotional power over you. So if you give them none, then they freak the fuck out. They freak out. They're like, what? You mean I don't have an impact on you anymore? Well, now that makes me feel invisible. At least cuss me out or something. At least get mad at me. Come on. I want to feel seen here. I want to feel relevant. I want to feel validated. I want to feel like I make some kind of fucking difference. But if I can't even trigger you, well, I guess my existence is just completely irrelevant. I have no impact on you or anybody else around me, right? That's the way they think. It's the way they think. That's why I get so fucking pissed off when I see people arguing and bitching with somebody who ain't trying to do nothing but trigger them. Man, that is so... I get secondhand embarrassment, not for the person who's starting the fight, but for the person who's giving them what they're searching for, you know? Anyway. Yeah. I don't really think you need a whole lot of advice here. But just do the best you can not to create any more karma than was already created to begin with. Right? If you feel like just abandoning this situation, do it quietly. Do it quietly. You knowing your own intentions is all that matters. Don't let them guilt trip you. Don't let them shame you, you know, or go spread rumors about you or go tell everyone how you're this horrible, selfish person. Just you knowing what's going on in here is all that matters. It's all that matters. The universe knowing what's going on in here is all that matters. All right, let's see what's coming in next for the singles. Single Libras. What's coming in next? I gotta get curtains on these fucking windows, man. That fucking little light that I got just blinds in front of me right here. And then the sun's right there now because it's setting. And it's just shining that little piece of light on my forehead. It's fucking annoying. What's coming in next for the single Libras? Ooh, what's that? Oh, King of Pentacles. Some of y'all got an earth sign headed your way. I'm going to hold off on that and see what else comes through. Let's get 4 shuffles. There's 1, 2, 2 more. Four wands, hangman. Okay, that's what I thought. All right. Uh-oh, tower card. So it's kind of looking to me like you're connecting with somebody that just doesn't seem to be very emotionally available. You know, they seem really kind of like cold and distant and closed off, like they just don't care. All they care about is work. All they care about is finance, money. And that don't take too terribly long. That don't take too long before that turns ugly. And it's kind of like a start quick, end quick type of thing. So, yeah, damn, dog. We got Emperor and Empress both reversed here. So far, remember, the first spread is not the end-all, be-all gospel of truth. It's a general overview, mainly from your perspective. So you could just be totally tripping. I don't know. We'll see in a minute. But yeah, you're just not feeling a connection with this person at all. And you may even suspect a third party, possibly. But yeah, I don't see anything here regarding an emotional connection. Matter of fact, I don't have one cup on the table here. Not one. Not one. Not a single fucking cup. It's all wands, pentacles, and swords. And a few major arcana. There isn't even a cup in the damn major arcanas, though. So that would indicate, like, no fucking emotional connection. Could be an Aries for some of you. I also have Taurus here. All right, well, now it's time to get to the good part, dude. Their truest, deepest feelings and energies and intentions. Maybe your intuition is on point. Maybe you're just tripping. I don't know. Maybe it's somewhere in the middle. I don't know. We'll see. Ooh, 5 of Cups. So they still got some past heartbreak. Nine of Swords. Okay, so I kind of wondered, okay, so is your intuition on point? No and yes. Are you just tripping? No and yes. So, I mean, obviously you are picking up on something that is off about this person. The question is, what is off about this person? That's the question. And honestly, I think this issue here is way more prevalent in today's society and dating world than anything else. And this is probably the leading cause of emotional connections just not happening. And that is, boom, 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 unhealed heartbreak. At some point, when, I don't know, a week ago, a month ago, a year ago, 5 years ago, I don't know. This person got their fucking heart ripped out, death card reversed, and they never fucking healed from it. So it's like they want a relationship, but since they haven't healed, they are terrified to let anyone get close. Terrified, scared to death. So they think that they're going to play the little game of we're going to date around. I'm going to keep my walls all the way up and not let you anywhere near this thing here. And I'm going to study you and make sure that I can trust you. And then once I decide I can trust you, then I'll let my guard down. That's their plan. And it don't work that way. I think we've all tried that, haven't we? Haven't we all tried that a time or two? It don't fucking work. I get where they're coming from. I've been there too, but it don't work. It don't work. When you got that guard up like that, and you ain't even going to let them nowhere near this thing, it ain't going nowhere. I'm not saying that they should have their guard all the way down and be 100% vulnerable with a stranger they don't even know. But you got to at least meet somewhere in the middle. You got to be a little bit vulnerable. You got to form a little bit of an emotional connection there. You know, if you don't form an emotional connection at all, it ain't going nowhere. So, do they have bad intentions? No, they're just hurt, scared, and broken. If I had to make a list of the top 5 most common fucking things that I see out there in the world today, this would be on there. You see that all the time. Okay, well, let's get the advice then, since we pretty much already got the outcome. What's the advice? Well, 9 of Wands. Hang on. Well, I guess it's kind of up to you as to how you want to handle this. I mean, we got Emperor and Empress reversed again. It's kind of up to you as to how you want to handle this. Do you want to take the chance of waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting for this person to maybe let their guard down one day? Or maybe never letting their guard down and just wasting a year of your life? You want to take that chance? That's totally up to you. Here's the thing, though. Here's what's so slippery about that. It'll increase the chances of them letting their guard down if you really take the time and the patience to show them that they're safe to let their guard down without being judged by you. Because that's all any of us really fucking want, isn't it? At the end of the day, deep down, I don't care how hard or tough anybody tries to pretend to be. We all just want somebody we can be 100% open and honest with and vulnerable with, you know? And it can be a task after you've been hurt a few times, after you've seen the fucking people out there and the games that people play. It can be a task, like getting someone to trust you. But at the end of the day, they have to want to trust you. They have to want to let that guard down. See, putting your guard up is easy. That's easy. Having your walls up and your guard up and keeping everybody out, that's fucking easy. Letting that guard down and letting people in, no, that's scary. That's the hard part. Especially after you've been hurt a few times. So, do you want to take the chance of doing the best you can to connect with this person, proving to them, showing them through time and patience and dedication that you can be you? I'm not going to judge you. I'm not going to look at you different. I'm not going to look at you funny for being who you are. Now, that doesn't mean that we ain't going to be working towards bettering ourselves. That's not what that means. That doesn't mean that that gives you a license to just be a shitty person. That doesn't mean that, whatever you've been through in your life is an excuse to just be a shitty human being. We're going to be working to better ourselves, but the person you are right now in this current moment, I accept. I accept it. You can be who you are. You can talk to me about whatever you want. I'm not going to judge you. Do you want to take the chance on trying to get them to see that? Maybe they'll let their guard down. Maybe they won't. There's a chance that it could turn into the deepest connection you ever had, but there's also a chance you could waste a fucking year out of your life and create a karmic tie. That's the $1 million question. Do you want to take that chance? I'm not saying whether you should or you shouldn't. I'm just saying that's the energy that you're dealing with. So if you really do want to walk away from this, okay, cool. If you don't ever be afraid to walk away from something that doesn't feel right. Don't ever be afraid to do that. But if you choose not to walk away from something that doesn't feel right, you better at least have some sort of plan. You better at least be being cautious, energetically aware, energetically intelligent. If you're dealing with somebody that's got that guard up like that, you need to keep in your own mind. Okay, this person has their guard up. I'm going to do the best I can to show them that they can let that guard down. But then at the same time, letting it be known that I'm going to be expecting you to let that guard down at some point. And keeping that balance. It's tough, man. It's tricky. That would be, I'll go ahead and tell you straight up. That is an energetic path I wouldn't even want to walk. Personally. And I'm not the fucking best energy worker in the world, but I've made a few fucking unbelievable miracles happen in my life. I know a thing or two about working with energy, and I wouldn't want to do that. I wouldn't. That's just me, though. Maybe one of you could tackle that energetic project better than I could. Maybe. But if you are wanting to walk away from it, like I said, don't be afraid to walk away from something that doesn't feel right. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I don't know, the way I look at it, and this is just me. I'm not saying that this is the truth. I'm saying this is just the way I see it. I would rather die alone than waste my time trying to force something to work that's obviously working against me. Personally. That's just me. I don't know, that feeling of being attached to somebody that's toxic, you can't trust them. You know, I fuck that. Fuck that, fuck that, fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck that. I would rather be alone. That's just me. All right, well, I feel like those were the messages that my Libra family needed to hear. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Thanks again for tuning in and playing along. Don't forget, information for personal readings is all down here in the description. All right? I'm out of here now, y'all. I will see you sometime between now and the rest